To my resource center. This is Niki Resource Center. I am Niki Mutua, a Kenyan citizen by birth, and more details concerning my background have been posted to our resource center website. God is so good. He has given each of us the incredible privilege of loving one another. Today's history all over the world has proven that forces will wage war against our freedom. Terrorism has shed blood. Terrorism has shed and continue to shed blood on our Kenyan soil and all parts of the world. Violent crimes have invaded our homes and schools. Drugs and alcohol abuse rage against the innocence of our youth. Now, what do we do when things go wrong? And where have we gone wrong? Our today's subject is again, welcome to my resource center, Niki Save the World from Disasters and Support Peace. I am Niki Mutua, a Kenyan citizen by birth. More details concerning my backgrounds have been posted to my website, to our institution website. God is so good. God is so good. He has given each of us the incredible privilege of loving one another. Today's history all over the world has proven that forces will wage war against our freedom. Terrorism has shed and continue to shed blood on our Kenyan soil and all parts of the world. Violent crimes have invaded our homes and schools. Drugs and alcohol abuse rage against the innocence of our youth. Now, what do we do when things go wrong? And where have we gone wrong? Our today's subject is the introduction to Niki Resource Center and its operations. More details are also found at our website. I am the CEO and the founder of this institution. We are researching on lasting solutions to mitigate disasters in the whole world. Despite resources, we already have the solutions even at our fingertips. In all regions of the world, we are subordinate to many powerful and destructive forces of man and disasters. Unfortunately, our increasingly crowded and interdependent planet must prepare itself for expanding numbers of man-made and natural disasters. Death stalk the world. Note that the key to meeting the challenge of any disaster is preparation. I quote UNESCO Director General Koichiro, Mr. Koichiro, 3rd January 2005, quotes, "Anticipating, educating, and informing are the key to reducing the deadly effects of such natural disasters. Unfortunately, such activities have not been given priority." End of his quote. And then, dear world, remember each year millions of residents around the world incur injuries or property that result from disasters, costing as much $1 billion per week. Also, events caused by disasters and man are facts of life, and they cause loss of life. loss of life. In conclusion, who is the right person to die? It is the wish of God to be late here on earth than going up there too early. Knowledge heals. Knowledge is the foundation to reduction of long-term problem. Please have knowledge. And then you can see the promise of God. It says, Psalms chapter 123 verse 1 to 3. Oh Jesus, how wonderful it is, how pleasant it is for God's people to live together in harmony. Once again, welcome to our Disaster Resource Center. I will begin by introducing you to our office. This is the view of our office. Welcome, sir. This is how our office is organized. This is my table, and then this is the filing cabinet that we use to store documents here. And also this is my rescue kit whenever called upon to respond to such disasters. Inside my kit is the protective equipment and the rescue kits. Example is a machete here. We use the machete to clear the bush. And then this is also part of a rescue kit. We use, this is a sack. We wear the sackcloth in order to prevent dust and any hazardous material. Inside here we have discarded plastic papers. We have discarded plastic papers. The plastic papers we use them as the protective equipments to prevent our body from any contaminating from any kind of hazard. And then we also have exhibits in our office. The exhibits are used to analyze the causes of disasters in a scene, what caused disaster. For example, we have a building stone here that we collected it from a scene of disaster. A building collapsed. We also have padlocks that we used to break to rescue trapped personnel. We broke the padlock locally. We did not have the equipment to break it easy. There are different types of exhibits being held here, and more of the exhibits I've mentioned them and I've posted them to our website. This is the carton that we normally store sample newspaper, the newspapers that have reported various types of disasters which have occurred within our country and abroad. We come to the end of our office presentation. I now invite you to our conference room for further presentation. To begin with, within the wall I've posted various posters and photographs and messages. The aim of these posters, they are not for decorations. They give me encouragement and also great concern about what is happening within the world in terms of disaster and safety, disaster, and security. May I begin now by introducing you to my data. This is the data that I've collected over the years. This one I call it data A, and this one is data B. Sorry, sir. Data 1, data 2, data 3, and then data 4. This one, data 5. Data 1 comprises of discarded newspapers, which I collected from different years in garbage site. The largest garbage site in Kenya, which is situated in Nairobi, called Dandora. You see, when a disaster occurred all over the world, due to sufficient funds, I am not able to purchase the newspaper for further reading to analyze what happened, so that I may make my observations and recommendations. So I decided to be collecting these newspapers from the garbage site. I was being assisted by street boys who normally they reside within the dumping site there. I went there, introduced myself. They became one of my best friends. They don't harm me at no time, and we stay as brothers and sisters. What I realized is that most of them are well educated despite lack of employment. So I introduced myself to them and I told them, I want you to be collecting newspapers with these subjects, different dates. And then as they made efforts, as well as I made efforts, and we managed to get the newspapers. We will come back for further explanation. These are also newspapers dating back to 1969. I collected them in a dumping site within Nairobi area, having been disposed, including these ones. And we will come to this one, I will explain them later. These ones are also internet presses on different subjects concerning disasters, like this one. This one, when I have money, I used to go to cyber to download those presses with different subjects on disaster management for analysis and observation, fighting for the lasting solutions, investigating the lasting solutions to mitigate disasters in our land. They are of different years, starting back 1989. These are not the only one available. There are other one kept in metal boxes. And lucky enough, I've gone through all of them and I've made my own observation. This one was a newspaper concerning Japan, the Hiroshima disaster. And these ones are the part of discarded books that I tried to find concerning the Hiroshima, so that we may investigate to find the root cause of that disaster and how in future we can prevent such disasters. Because it has already proved that, I have already proved that today's disasters that are occurring in our country, they are repeated disasters, things that would have been prevented 20 years ago or long time ago. Those occurring within our country and the whole world, they are repeated disasters, like urban fire disasters, like flood disasters. All those we would have prevented them long time ago. And then this one This one to begin with, this is my file for expenditures, what we incur in our, the expenses we incur in our resource center. We have to file the receipts for accountability. And this one is my file that we used to file documents and reports that we monitoring disaster news within our country, including aircraft crash. The procedure for our resource center to monitor disasters in our country and all over the world, we use the two radios. One of the radios, we use the two radios. This one we have tuned to Radio Citizen, the Royal Media Services. Due to the fact that Royal Media Services is one of the institutions, the media services that we identified that gives the reliable news, quality news, without exaggerations and without any kind of incitement. They give us up-to-date, reliable news. So we tuned that one to Radio Citizen for news, for disaster news update. The small radio, we tune it to local media. The stations, one of the stations is called Musie FM, and the other one is called Wikwatio. We use the two stations also to monitor, to listen for the announcements of disaster news, so that we may update our occurrence book